want to quickly show you all how I made that skirt that I rock on that top, and I'm using this fabric for it. This is a very stretchy fabric. Both ends are very stretchy. So let's go ahead to the measurements. Firstly, I fold the material into two like this. I fold it into two like this. Then I started marking by removing my waistband, which is 2 inches. So I started from that 2 inches. I mark my length. After marking the length of the skirt, then I mark the hemming length. Okay, that is the hemming, the length that we use to fold it. That is the hemming length that I'm talking about. So once I'm done doing that, we go ahead to mark my hip line. After marking my hip line, I mark my knee line. Remember that knee line will help in movement, easy movement. That is where your slit will start. Okay, that is where your slit will start. Okay, so moving on, after marking the hip line, I go ahead to mark the knee line. Now you can measure yours. Mine is 20 or 21 and thereabout, so you can measure yours to know your own. Okay, then after that, use your ruler to make the lines visible. Okay, I want to apologize for some of my videos that the markers are not that showing, they are not showing very well. Please pardon, but with the voice notes you can still get what I'm saying. Please pardon me for that. Now moving on, I'll go ahead to mark my waist circumference divided by 4. I'm not adding any sewing allowance. On my hip line, I mark my hip circumference divided by 4, no sewing allowance. Then on my knee line, I'm going to transfer my waist measurement to my knee line. That is what works for me. It makes my skirt very pencil. Okay, same thing, same waist measurement that I transfer on the knee, I will transfer it down to the hemming side. Okay, if this one is not, if you use this method and it's not okay for you, you can stick to removing 2 inches from your hip measurement, then you mark it on the knee. Okay, stick to that one if that is what works for you. But for me, my waist, once I fix it on my knee, my pencil skirt is good to go. Okay, now I use my ruler to follow up the lines and trace it out very well. Reason for me not adding sewing allowance is because this fabric is very stretchy. If your own is not stretchy like this one, I believe you saw the beginning of the video how stretchy this fabric was. If yours is not that stretchy, you can add 1 inch sewing allowance. Okay, so on that waistline, at the front side, I came down by 1 inch to remove that bulginess on our skirt. Okay, that 1 inch I will still add it at the back of the skirt. Then I go ahead to cut out what I've marked. Okay, that is basically what I'm doing here. Remember, I did not add any sewing allowance because my fabric is very stretchy. Now I will place the front one that I've cut out, I'll place it on another folded fabric. Then the 1 inch I removed initially, I will add it back here. Okay, this is it that I'm adding here. I will add it back. Why I remove it at the front is because of that bulginess that used to come out. Once you wear skirts, that foam, that balloon something will just come out. That is why I removed that 1 inch, to eliminate that folding, right? So after that, I just added 1 inch for my zip allowance. If you're working with a very stretchy fabric, you don't need too much allowance. If you want to get a perfect fit, you don't need too much allowance. All right, so for my zip allowance here, I just use 1 inch for my zip allowance, and this 1 inch I will maintain it while sewing this fabric. Remember, this fabric don't need lining. It's just the fabric we are going to use. It's just a little thing that you take off and stitch. Okay, just little thing you will take up and stitch, so you don't need too much here. And the fabric is stretchy. You don't need to add too much allowance, or else what you will sew is I cannot do voice notes in peace. These children will not allow me. So I don't even know where I stop now, but maybe moving on I just finished marking the zip allowance. Okay, I just finished marking it, which I used 1 inch. All right, just watch what I did here on that hip line. That 1 inch I maintain it, but on the waist side I use 0.7 inch. Then on the knee line I use 0.7 inch. Okay, but on the hip line I maintain that 1 inch for my this thing, zip allowance. Okay, so that will sit, that will make my skirt to look perfect at the back side. It will make it to slip very well at the back side. It will not have any bulginess because I'm working with an elastic material. So here, this is the back. We're starting with the back. I will measure out my zip length, the length I'm going to use for my zip. I will measure it out here. So from there, I will measure from the hemming side upward to the length I want the slit to be, which I'm using 20 here. I use 20. Okay, that's what I measured. Yes, I use 20 here. From there, you measure your slit length, measure your zip length, then the 1 inch that you left, you line it, you measure it and make a straight line to connect the line for the zip and the end line for the zip and the end line for the slit. Do you understand? The end line for the slit and the end line for the zip, that is where you're going to stitch. Yes, this is where you're going to stitch. This is the only way you're going to stitch at the back here to close it up. Right? Now, I'm done doing that. This is it. I'm done doing it. I've gone ahead to make the stitch this way. Okay. So I will open up like this. Can you see? So you just that middle side that I stitched up. I will open up, get the front side and place it on the back side. Front side facing front side, back side facing back side. That is how I'm going to place it. Okay. Once I'm done placing it, you know this material, to dictate the front like to dictate the actual side and the wrong side is very hard. Okay, that was what I was checking up. Then you get the front and place it on the back this way. Place it on the back this way and go ahead to make a stitch. You just take up 0.5 inch. You're going to take up 0.5 inch or 1 inch to make your stitch. Okay, initially I believe some of us are supposed to know this. If you're working with stretchy fabric, this is what you need to do. Okay, then go ahead and hem the downside with the inches that you added for hemming it. Okay, hem it round after holding the side, hem it round, and this is what we have. Okay, so I've gone ahead to hem the downside and I hold the side too. Now it's time for us to fix the waistband. Okay, you're going to fix the waistband now, and I use 3 inches for the waistband plus sewing allowance. Okay, you fold it this way. I'm going to hold the two together, fold it this way, then you stitch it up. See what I'm trying to do here? You first hold it this way, stitch it up round. Firstly, you're going to open it, stitch it up first, then you're going to get the other end to cover up the first one you've sewn already. That is how I do my band, to cover up the first one you did already. I think I repeated this. Let me still go back again. You first open your band this way, sew it round first, then take half an inch and cover what you first sewed, and it will give you a clean stitch like this without you even weaving it. Okay, so once you're done with that, you go ahead to fix your zip. Open up your zip this way, stitch up like this and stop at where your sewing stop. Then take the other end again, stitch it up and stop at where your end stop, and that is it. Now you head to your ironing table and use your hemming gum to fold in that slit side. Use your hemming gum to fold it in with 0.5 inch, and your skirt is ready. And this is the beautiful skirt. This is the outcome after sewing. I slayed it to church. Can you see? Look at the back of it. Can you see how relaxed it is? You see the outcome of all those marking. If you find this video helpful, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like this video, share this video, comment on it, and see you all in my next video. Bye.